Hi, my name's Glenn Hasselman. I'm just making this video for the free accounting software users to show you guys how to report reportable fringe benefits through single touch payroll. So we've got to set up a couple things first of all. Firstly, a tax code. So let's go and set that up. Now you might want to call this something that relates to the type of benefit that you're providing as a bit of a documentation to the employee that that's what it is. I'm just going to call it reportable fringe benefit. This doesn't get reported on the BAS. Income type, just keeping it simple, put salaries and wages. Second thing here is just for STP1. I'm doing this using STP2, which going forward will be the way to do that, so I'm just going to leave that blank. STP gross classification, that is not applicable. I'm not sure if there is an FBT. Yeah, there's an FBT classification here. So it is possible to set this up in a different way and use that. However, I'm not going to do that. And in the tax classification, I'm going to select the fringe benefits. Now there's two options here. One is for employers that are exempt from FBT. Most businesses, I'd imagine, using FAS3 desktop are not exempt, but if you are, then you'll have to choose that other option. I mean, I'm trying not to give sort of tax and accounting advice in these videos, so and just show you how to actually use the software, and hopefully you can go and investigate which option you want. Okay, so that's it, and then save that tax code. Now we also need an account set up, so I'm going to set up a new account. And I'm also going to just call it reportable fringe benefit. Now it's actually the account name that is picked up on the payslip, and that's what is displayed. But if you're setting up multiple accounts for reportable fringe benefits, you really do need to set up multiple tax codes because there's sort of a one-to-one relationship between them. Anyway, I'm actually going to put this as a liability account, okay? And the reason is because the amount we have to put through this is the reportable fringe benefits amount, not the taxable value of the fringe benefits amount. If we were going to do taxable value, it might make more sense in the ledger, because this will be put through to the ledger. Because it's a reportable, this grossed up fringe benefits amount, the transaction in the ledger doesn't actually make that much sense, so I'll show you that at the end of the video. Active, put true. Super would not apply on this, and here we want to pick up that reportable fringe benefits tax code that we created. Okay, now this is important, the payment deduction type. We want this to be other, okay? So this sort of controls where in the payslip you'll be able to select this account, and we want it in the other section, which is the superannuation section. It's probably not going to make too much sense to have a rate or a normal rate multiplier on this account. Okay, having done that, I can now put through a pay slip and show you how this reportable fringe benefits works. So I'm going to the batches. So last pay was sort of taking it up to 14th of August, so I'm going to do a new batch from that point. Go to the transactions and create a new payslip. Okay, this is an employee I've just been paying a bit of salaries and wages to so far in that financial year. I'd imagine you'd be paying them their normal thing, as well as reporting the fringe benefits. Although you could be doing this as part of the year-end update event. Again, I'm not entirely sure on the timing of when you're required to report this, but you could you can report it throughout the year. But obviously, you definitely have to report it before you finalise the payroll, and I think you can report it at that point. Okay, so that's just the normal pay slip so far. Now to add the reportable fringe benefits, we click this add super or fringe benefit line. That gives us an account to select here, and we put reportable fringe benefits. It automatically selects the tax code that's been linked to that account, and it gives us a box here for the provision amount. Okay, so in this case what we want to put is the reportable fringe benefits amount. So just to really make that point, I want to show you this. So so there's actually some helpful information on the ATO website about how to report through single touch payroll. This page is in the single touch payroll employee reporting guidelines, and so it is a very useful reference. Now it does tell you how to report employer super, reportable super, and reportable fringe benefits amounts. Okay, and it will tell you there that you've got to report the it's the grossed up amount. So if you go to calculating your FBT, you'll see that there's two gross up amounts. So you've got to go through this process, calculate the taxable value of the fringe benefit, which is not necessarily the amount you're paying for the benefit. So that has to be calculated based on what benefit it is. Then we will work out if you can claim GST on that thing when you're providing the benefit, and based on that you would be choosing the sort of gross up rate that you use. So and there is two gross up rates for depending on whether you are entitled to claim GST credits or not, and there they are. So let's say the taxable value was $100, and you were entitled to claim GST credits, then you would need to use this gross up rate. And let's just do that calculation. So we're going to put $208.02, and we put $208.02 there. Okay, so it is the grossed up or reportable fringe benefits amount that you're going to be putting in there. Now, if we scroll down to this section of the pay event info, we've got this line item here which says reportable fringe benefit dash taxable 208.02. So it simply just picks up the amount that you put in and reports it under reportable fringe benefits. Now this dash taxable means that in fact you can click on these question marks to get further help about that field. So there's a more complete description there. I already mentioned something about the whether you choose the taxable or not exempt. So the taxable or the exempt option in the setup. Okay, so having done that, we can save the pay slip. Now, then you can, obviously go and report this information to the ATO. I'm not going to walk through that process. I've done that in other videos. But what I do want to do is show you this $208 and how it appears in the income statement or income and expenditure report. So I'm using just a free local file rather than the hosted Basel hosted business. So we've got the income and expenditure report rather than the profit and loss and balance sheet. So I just have to change the financial year. Okay, now I put this through, well, when I set up this account, I put it in as a liability account. So therefore it is in this section, liability increase/decrease. And we've got the reportable fringe benefit amount there. We've also got the reportable fringe benefits amount here. So it's just a plus and a minus there. I don't think that this transaction makes particularly much sense in the ledger because we're using the reportable amount rather than the taxable value. But the two amounts, the way I've set it up here, simply offset each other. So it's nice to see it there so you can see what you've reported. You can run, like if you had several employees or you had reported several different amounts throughout the year, you'd be able to run this report, get the total and check it against the total and the pay slips to make sure it was matching up and that kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to do another video on one more aspect of the reportable fringe benefits, which is that there can be a salary sacrifice for a reportable fringe benefit, or a salary sacrifice when there actually was a $0 benefit. So I'm just going to do another quick video to cover off that, but other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Hope the video has been useful, and thanks for watching.